My name is Kayla Withers, and my eye condition is hypoplasia of the optic nerve.
I believe for every drop of rain that falls, a flower grows.
I was born with the condition, as far as we know. Apparently, it resulted from the lack of some growth hormone or other, one of the many growth hormones there are. My optic nerves weren't underdeveloped. They were pretty much too thin and too short for me to receive any signals, visual signals. It was funny in elementary school because I usually went with my aide, or like in the lunch line, we would walk in a line with our hands on each other's shoulders, and it was really cute because we were little kids, but I mean, it was funny. High school was a lot easier, actually. I was a typical high school senior, and I wanted nothing more than to get out of my house. I was living in a 2-bedroom apartment with my mom and my 10-year-old at the time sister, and it was driving me crazy. So I thought that it would be good for me to go to college for a while. I'm thinking about graduate school right now. I'm probably going to do some kind of counseling. I'm a sociology major, so I'm thinking about counseling children. I'm also thinking about writing fiction, so I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm still exploring.
I'm Bonnie Van Bruggen, and I'm Director of Disability Support Services here at Westminster College. Kayla is so bright and so talented that I forget she's blind. It's because she just seems like a friend, just somebody that I don't think of her blindness first. She's great at singing. She has all kinds of talents that are just unbelievable. So she's a fun person. She has a great sense of humor.
One small step for man. No, wrong one. I'm sorry. Let me see.
Her independence is far greater than I thought, because the people that I knew that were blind in the past weren't taught to walk all over the community by themselves and to venture to places that they'd never been before without a guide. And so she can just go so many more places and do so many more things than I thought was possible. And I visited her high school before she came here and met the people that work with her. And they showed me this beautiful book that she's written that she may even get published. And it's a picture of her hands. And it will show hands in different movements, like, prayer or come or gestures like that. And then some beautiful words under it. And she planned the book and did some of the photography. And that's another thing. You wouldn't think that somebody who's blind could prepare a book that's photographs. So her creativity just continues to amaze me. Sometimes we don't realize that we're being kind of mean to a person with a severe vision impairment because of the stereotypes. People think that that person isn't in tune to the rest of society, like they might not be aware of what's on television, they might not be aware of styles, or that they need lots and lots of help. And they may, if they haven't ever been around a person who is blind, they might think that they don't read books, so that they're not aware of maybe stories that the rest of us read when we were young, or things that we might be reading now and might be interested in or would talk about normally with somebody that maybe we had lunch with them. That's one reason that it's good to have people that use wheelchairs or are totally deaf or blind or have severe disabilities on campus, is that we become more aware that these are just normal people. We learn how to interact without being afraid, and then if we have interactions in our future with family or friends or whatever, we're comfortable. Sometimes the person with a severe vision impairment feels very lonely, and the loneliness doesn't come from their personality, it comes from the fear of people interacting with them.
My name is Rebecca Shaner. I am the Executive Director of the Lawrence County Association for the Blind. When we're we're out with clients, if we're at lunch or at a dinner, people have a tendency to talk real loud, like that's going to make a difference, or they will talk to me or talk to someone else. And we try to just explain, you just talk to them. They're just like anyone else. They just can't see you as well as you can see them.
There really isn't anything that's like totally shocking, like I don't know, there's no outward, like, you're blind so I hate you type thing. But what I notice a lot is that if somebody like does something stupid and runs into something, everybody laughs. And if I do the same thing, they get all worried that I broke it in something. And it's really funny to me because I don't take it all that seriously. But it can get annoying when someone is overly helpful and they think that I've like injured myself. Pretty much the only thing that I do differently is that I walk with a cane and I click and clack on my braille note through class and take notes that way instead of writing them. So
she listens, she's attentive, she participates often, her answers are right on. I enjoy having her in the class. You have to make some adaptations, so when there's a movie, I'll explain a few things in the movie. And we've made arrangements for her to take her quizzes online. Other than that, no, I haven't found any differences.
We do have, I think throughout the state of Pennsylvania, the blind associations are very good, they're very well equipped, but of course there's always a lack of money. Disabilities in general, I think they've come a long way, but the blind, here I'm talking because of where I work, the visually impaired, they're in a separate category to themselves, and I think it's difficult for us when we get grouped with just disabilities in general, because what is good for one disability is not necessarily good for another.
I don't really complain that much. I don't have much to complain about. I go to a lot of different organizations for blind people that have different outlooks. The one that I recently got a scholarship from, the National Federation, they really are pushing for more systems and things to be put in place. But I usually adapt pretty well. I try to be laid back about it because I know there are people at these organizations, especially that I go to, that they mean well and they want blind people to be, I don't know, equal to everyone else, but they just come off as just angry at the world because we're blind and we are, I don't know, we get less than everyone else and they're just mad at everyone. So I try not to take that attitude. I know people don't like awkwardness, you know. I try to keep that at the lowest level that I can. I don't know, I don't want to hold up banners or do demonstrations or anything. I just think my life is enough of a crusade, you know.
When I am down and all my soul's so weak, and troubles come and my heart burdened be, and I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas.
We're normal, pretty much. I mean, blind people are pretty much normal. Everyone has their own little quirks, and I have more than most people. But if you say something about eyesight to us, most of us won't explode. It's pretty much like the same as I treat like discrimination against like races. I don't like try to bring it up or anything. I mean, I don't even see race usually. It's just the people, you know, to me. Everyone's just a person. I try not to see distinctions because it makes everything a lot more complicated.